45 minutes left. Archangel Michael says, a large miracle will occur in your life, but you are making a big mistake. Please do not do that mistake. Open without delay. Archangel Michael says, there's something transferring in your future at this very moment, but one wrong circulate will shatter the miracle it truly is about to go into your lifestyles. This is not a message to take gently. That is the divine countdown to an irreversible turning point. The gates of favor are open above you, however a shadow is forming in the back of you, fed by a mistake you are approximately to copy without even knowing. You've been on foot closer to a door that was carved for you in the heavens, sealed via grace and ready to unencumber the whole thing you prayed for. But now, someone near you is whispering distractions into your soul, pulling you towards a decision that turned into in no way part of your divine journey. This error, this unmarried misstep, isn't only a preference. It's a deed that could price you the breakthrough you've cried for. Your call has already been written into a scroll of blessings signed by using unseen fingers. But the second you step within the wrong route, it won't be erased. It'll be not on time, diverted, and rerouted into pain you were by no means meant to hold. This is why this warning is loud, pressing, and repeated. Forestall now earlier than you lose what was always supposed to be yours. Kind are meant to get blessing 333. The miracle is greater than a change in money, love, or health. That is about your alignment. The entirety has been prepared to your transformation, but you have to stay focused in fact, now not temptation. A person is making an attempt to convince you to settle, to select what is easy over what's divine. Archangel Michael says, they have been looking you from the sidelines, pretending to guide you at the same time as planning to benefit from your hesitation. They know what is coming for you, and that they need to hijack it before it fully blooms. Your instinct become right approximately them. You've just been too type to consider it. Kind are meant to get blessing 777. You've been misled earlier than through folks who wore masks of affection but dripped poison in the back of closed doors. Now they may be attempting once more. Because your glow has lower back. Your energy is constructing, and your time is sort of here. They sense it, and that they need to pull you back one final time. The divine clock is ticking, and the energy around you is charged with urgency, safety, and exposure. Your steps are being guided, but you should not wander. At mistake, sure, that one is lurking, waiting on the way to repeat it. Type are meant to get blessing 999. It may be a person out of your beyond, a decision related to money, or unsettlement you are approximately to make simply to keep peace. However, peace on the fee of your purpose isn't always peace, it is bondage. And your soul is aware of the difference, even in case your heart attempts to disclaim it. Archangel Michael says, you aren't crazy for feeling anxiety round someone you once relied on. The fact is surfacing now, and heaven is providing you with one last warning earlier than the shift unfolds. In case you step carefully, you will inherit the entirety that changed into promised in your name. Kind are meant to get blessing 111. They see your mild returning. They sense the miracle coming nearer. This is why they're trying to distract you currently extra than ever. You might observe humans achieving out who ghosted you while you needed them, or surprising messages pulling you into conversations that drain your spirit. Do not take the bait. The enemy is aware of your miracle is moments away. Type Amen to get blessing 222. The mistake you are about to make can also experience small. It can experience like kindness, mercy, or maybe closure. However, not everything merits your attention. Not each door ought to be knocked on 2 times. The caution is obvious. Do now not return to what nearly broke you. The healing you fought for is at stake. Kind are meant to get blessing 000. You'll be tempted to present a person one greater hazard to give an explanation for a way their betrayal or wish their coronary heart has changed. But your future is not constructed on recycled ache. You have got outgrown the lesson, and the test is whether or not you'll choose increase or comfort. Your silence is extra effective than your words on this moment. Your absence is more sacred than your presence. The right ones will in no way want to manipulate your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 888. If you sense uneasy recently, it's because your spirit is picking up on unseen battle. The angels are surrounding you, clearing paths, moving energies, and getting ready your harvest. However, the enemy sends distractions right before the blessing. Archangel Michael says, do not let guilt drive you back into patterns that suffocated you. You aren't who you used to be, and the miracle is supposed for who you've come to be, now not who you have been. This is your moment to select in a different way. Kind are meant to get blessing 123. The miracle that is coming isn't only for you. It'll trade your family line. It's going to heal what turned into broken years ago. It's going to bring justice to what turned into stolen. But if you fall into this lure now, it'll put off that miracle with the aid of months, maybe even years. Heaven doesn't revoke benefits, but it permits classes to copy if we haven't found out. You're strong enough to pick out wisely this time. Kind are meant to get blessing 101. They are waiting to see if you'll textual content returned, if you may open the door, if you will show up in which you stated you would not. This is a spiritual take a look at disguised as a familiar verbal exchange. Guard your energy. Protect your shore. Shield your silence. Type Amen to get blessing 717. The imaginative and prescient isn't always long gone. It's simplest been behind schedule by way of fear. However now, fear is dropping its grip, and boldness is growing inside you again. Use that boldness to mention no to the matters that once made you experience small. You're on the brink of being determined, diagnosed, chosen, and accelerated. It's why the strain is so intense. However, this is not pressure intended to weigh down you. It's strain intended to refine you. Type Amen to get blessing 444. This second is so fragile and so holy. one wrong word, one misstep, one perhaps whilst you are aware of it have to be no, and the whole lot may want to shift. The divine doesn't warn unless something urgent is close to. This is your very last caution to keep away from the lure. The voice of misunderstanding is not your intuition. The loudest sound right now isn't fact. It is temptation. Kind are meant to get blessing 616. Archangel Michael says your miracle will come quicker than predicted in case you keep away from the error. It is already circling your existence like a protective wind, pushing away blocks, pulling in desire. But it's going to land most effective on readability, no longer chaos. You've labored too tough, cried an excessive amount of, healed too deeply to go again now. Appearance forward, no longer backward. Pick development over pity. Kind are meant to get blessing 555. They're about to behave shocked when you do not reply. They will tell others you've got changed. And yes, you have got changed. Allow them to speak. Allow them to marvel. Your destiny isn't always built on reviews. Kind are meant to get blessing 121. The subsequent 45 minutes are sacred. This is while heaven watches intently. Every decision, thought, movement, it's shaping the final results of what's about to be delivered. The angels are getting ready your miracle behind the scenes. But the focus will only turn on if your status at the right degree. And walk off it now. Type Amen to get blessing 400. For a person is pretending to guide you, however secretly hoping you fail. It's why you felt anxiety round them, however couldn't call it. Agree with your senses. Your soul knows what your eyes cannot see but. They laughed with you, but they are the cause a few doorways closed in the back of you returned. They cheered you on, however they shared your secrets and techniques. A fact could be revealed. However first, you have to defend your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 202. There is a report together with your call on it. Something prison. Something related for your future. A leap forward disguised as a burden. Read the entirety twice. Do not signal what feels incorrect. And do not agree to something in a hurry. Kind are meant to get blessing 303. A monetary shift is coming. And quantity you idea turned into misplaced as being restored. However most effective in case your arms are smooth and your spirit is aligned. Do no longer take shortcuts. Do not bend reality to thrill others. The reality is where your abundance lies. Kind are meant to get blessing 808. They may be watching the way you pass in silence. Your energy comes from restraint, not reaction. That's why they cannot apprehend how calm you're. Allow them to be careworn. Let your miracle do the talking. Silence is your guard now. Kind are meant to get blessing 999. If you wish to specific your help similarly, you have got the choice to give first-rate thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. The angels are combating battles to your behalf you will in no way realize about. This second changed into meant to find you before the error occurs. You have been divinely led right here, divinely warned, and divinely desired. Live still. Live sharp. And live faithful. Kind are meant to get blessing 333. There's a chunk of your lifestyles being guarded proper now inside the unseen realms. The sort of blessing that shifts your name from forgotten to desired. But that blessing is delicate. It handiest descends in divine timing and fact. You're minutes far away from the most important non-secular unveiling of your. But the second you're making this error, the light will dim and the postpone will start. Your angels were advised to protect it, however they want your cooperation. Type Amen to get blessing 1440. A person is trying to reopen a chapter that nearly destroyed you earlier than. They may be no longer doing it due to the fact they love you. They're doing it due to the fact they see you shifting on. They could feel that you're evolving. They feel your name being lifted in conversations of elevation, and that they hate that they may be not a part of the next season. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. Archangel Michael says the Enum uses nostalgia as a weapon. Memories that make you forget the ache and handiest don't forget the passion. But the reality remains in you. You just should forestall romanticizing what almost ruined you. This error is acquainted. It would not look dangerous. But that's what makes it so dangerous. Kind are meant to get blessing 1888. You are no longer simply being tested. You are being selected. What takes place inside the subsequent 30 minutes will impact the subsequent 30 months of your life. A unmarried short of the incorrect voice can flip your lifestyle sideways. However, one company know will open doorways lined with destiny, honor, wealth, and divine love. You are that near. Kind are meant to get blessing 1919. They're counting on your emotions to overpower your knowledge. They're hoping you may act from your heart in preference to your healed spirit. But you know how this film ends in case you move backward. The miracle is not waiting with a view to discern things out. It's arriving now. But best if the route is clear. Kind are meant to get blessing 2025. This mistake may also appear in a relationship, in a commercial enterprise deal, or maybe in a small remark you are about to make. It would not always scream trouble. It whispers. And your cognizance is your weapon. Don't underestimate how powerful your no more absolutely is. Don't downplay the cost of your boundaries. You have earned your peace. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. You are rising, despite the fact that it feels quiet. You are being watched via powerful forces, divine ones, and deceptive ones. And each are waiting to look if you may flow with knowledge or fall into the same pattern. It is not a punishment. It is proof that your next step is so vital that it need to be decided effectively. The following selection writes your subsequent chapter. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. Someone who harmed you deeply is about to reappear in a mild hide. They will act as if nothing occurred, as though love can cowl what they broke. But no apology without change is worthy of your presence. This time, watch their movements, not their phrases. Time has found out sufficient. Kind are meant to get blessing 2777. You are being given the strength to shut the cycle down absolutely. You are not rude. You are not bloodless. You're sensible. Forgiveness does no longer equal get entry to. Mercy does no longer imply re-access. It's time. Hold the door closed. Type Amen to get blessing 3000. Your future self is praying you listen proper now. That model of you, healed, whole, wealthy, is accomplishing return to manual you away from this lure. This is not about revenge. This is about redirection. The blessing is simply too huge to be shared with the incorrect human beings. The favor is simply too heavy to carry with unclean fingers. Protect your space like royally. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. This is not just another caution. It smiles the very last word before the miracle. You requested for clarity. You requested for signs. Now they may be screaming at you through silence. Allow pass of what weakens your spirit. Disconnect from what drains your strength. Refuse to participate for your very own sabotage. Type Amen to get blessing 3111. Archangel Michael says, the next door isn't just a blessing. It's far an assertion. You will be visible, celebrated, and supported in methods you in no way imagined. But simplest if you stay easy, clean, and dedicated. You're approximately to draw folks that love you for real. Folks who will defend you, now not plot in opposition to you. But the incorrect ones ought to be long gone before the right ones arrive. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You are no longer behind. You are no longer overdue. You are exactly on time for something divine. However, this subsequent 15 minutes is critical. If your coronary heart remains smooth and your thoughts stays sharp, you'll keep away from the lure and step into the miracle. Do now not lose attention now. Kind Amen to get blessing 3535. You aren't vulnerable for announcing number. You are not mean for strolling away. You are eventually deciding on yourself. That mistake you're about to make is the only that nearly broke you the remaining time. And heaven is making an attempt to prevent you from bleeding once more in the identical region. This time, pay attention. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. You are divinely blanketed, but not proof against deception. It is why discernment is more vital now than ever. Your heart is treasured, however your destiny is sacred. Now not every possibility is dispatched through God. A few are sent to put off you. A few are wearing light, but solid in shadows. Kind Amen to get blessing 3838 proper now, behind the curtain. A communication is happening together with your name in it. Someone is making plans to present you an possibility in an effort to change your entire course. But they're ready to see one thing, your next choice. If you return for your vintage cycles, they'll postpone. However, if you stroll in strength, they may continue. You are that near. Type Amen to get blessing 4004. Archangel Michael says, do no longer allow emotion make a decision that future should determine. The window is slender. Mistakes are eternal. And the miracle is timed to perfection. Heaven isn't late. But it needs you to stay ready. A miracle cannot land in confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 4040 within the quiet second after you study this. Pause and breathe. You will feel it. The pull to step again into something that no longer fits you. However, peace will observe your recognize like a river. They may be stunned when you don't answer. When you don't display up. When you do not return. Kind Amen to get blessing 4141. The chalk is evidence that your barriers are working. A soreness is affirmation you're aligned with favor, not familiarity. Don't back down. Don't provide an explanation for. Simply hold taking walks. This miracle is adapted for your obedience. Is coded in clarity. It responds to reality, no longer confusion. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. They might let you know, you've got changed. And yes, you have got. You have evolved. You've accelerated. You have remembered who you're. You are no longer begging for romance. You are not proving your worth. You are getting. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. You aren't who you have been when they broke you. You are stronger now. Wiser now. Selected now. This subsequent season calls for a version of you that refuses to cut back. Archangel Michael says, do not dim your light simply due to the fact someone else forgot the way to shine. Your miracle wishes your full blow. Allow nothing cloud it. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. This mistake, if made, will replay every pain you attempted to get away. However, in case you walk away now, you'll stroll into healing that generations before you in no way had. This is bigger than you, the legacy changes with your desire. The bloodline shifts along with your choice. Stand company. Type Amen to get blessing 5000. You have got survived storms that have been meant to bear you. This second isn't always your ending. It's the divine unveiling of a brand new starting. Don't step back. Do not appearance down. Do not 2D guess your yes to increase. Kind Amen to get blessing 5252. The miracle is sort of right here. The light is on your doorstep. The angels are in function. All this is left is your alignment. Live middle. Stay equipped. Live real. Kind Amen to get blessing 5555. If you want to explicit your guide similarly, you have got the choice to present top-notch thanks with contributions of as much as $1.20. This is your second. Do no longer mistake it for twist of fate. That is divine timing at its highest degree. Guard your promise. Live grounded. Live clean. The miracle is yours. In case you don't make that mistake, type Amen to get blessing 7777. The atmosphere around your existence is thick with spiritual movement. Unseen winds are moving timelines, and your call is being whispered in locations you have not even stepped into yet. But all of it hinges on one aspect, your capacity to live out of the lie that almost caught you before. This isn't always about being best. It is about being present and conscious. In case you slip into autopilot, the vintage cycle will win. However, in case you stay aware, this miracle will anger completely for your life. Type Amen to get blessing 6060. You've been selected now not simply to be blessed, however to interrupt curses. The ache you bear become not in useless. It was evidence of your task. Now, your praise is circling, and each force of darkness is aware of it. It is why the strain has elevated. This is why humans from the beyond are acting again. They could sense that the window is open, and they want to move slowly via it before the gate closes. Type Amen to get blessing 6161. Archangel Michael says, do not open that gate. Do not invite the beyond into your destiny. A mile you are moving into will burn something that does not belong. The miracle desires your surroundings to be pure. Your hands should be clean. Your consciousness have to be sharp. Type Amen to get blessing 6262. This isn't always a time to doubt your well-worth. You've got earned this. You've got cried for this. You've died and been reborn for this.